welcome to my new series talking about books I loved, highly recommend, but for whatever reason, I do not talk about these books enough. I got this idea from my girl Carrie where she talks about books she should have hyped up more. Make sure you're following her. If you like my book recommendations, you're gonna love hers. She and I are like book twins. We're gonna start off with a heavy hitter. This is one of my favorite books of all time, All's Well by Mona Awad. This follows a theater actress turned director, Miranda, who after an accident is now in chronic pain. Now she goes to doctor after doctor to try and figure out what is wrong with her. And it's not until she meets 3 strange individuals at a bar one day, and then she starts suddenly getting whatever she wants. I am a big fan of Mona Awad's writing. I love that you never know what you're going to get. This one is by far my favorite from her. Speaking of Carrie, Crafting for Sinners by Jenny Kiefer. I actually buddy read this one with Carrie and Kelsey. This is a book that starts with action and doesn't let up until the very end. This is definitely a fast-paced horror novel, so if that's something you're looking for, which I always am, it's a great one to go with. And this one we follow Ruth, who lives in a tiny religious town. One day she needs to go to the craft store in order to get more supplies. So a little backstory is Ruth was fired from this craft store just for being in a relationship with a woman. So when she goes, she feels she's entitled to a 5-finger discount. It's now she's been caught. She's convinced she is going to prison, but they definitely have more in store for her. Now Ruth is having to fight for her life in this craft store. The September House by Carissa Orlando. This one follows a woman who has found her dream home and she refuses to leave even though it is very aggressively haunted and her husband has now gone missing. This is one that definitely has some triggering moments in it, so I would say to check content warnings, but it's one that's filled with dark humor as well. I just really enjoyed my time reading this one and I have no idea why I don't talk about it more. I'm saying this, y'all are probably like, girl, yeah, you talk about these books all the time. Anyways, moving on. One of my favorite books of all time, My Husband by Maud Ventura. The year I read it, I couldn't stop talking about it, and for some reason, I think I get in my head on recommending the same books over and over again, so I just like never talk about my favorite books. But this one follows a woman who is deeply obsessed with her husband, and I mean deeply obsessed, and she plays these sort of mind games with him that he doesn't know he's playing. For example, they're on a double date and they start playing this game like, what do I remind you of? What kind of fruit do I remind you of? Her husband says her friend is like a pineapple and has the audacity to compare his wife to a clementine. Can you imagine? I'm gonna be honest, I know it sounds insane, but I'd spiral too. Listen, I know reading is subjective, but a book that makes me want to fight Goodreads reviews is The House in the Pines by Anna Reyes. Like, y'all just didn't get it. Anyways, this one follows a woman named Maya who in high school witnesses her best friend tragically pass, and for some reason she cannot let her death go. Like, it was way too mysterious and sudden for it to be real, and so she starts to believe that her high school boyfriend at the time was responsible. The Devil and Mrs. Davenport blew me away. I feel like there is nothing like this book. This one follows a housewife, Loretta, who gets sick one day and then starts seeing visions as to what happened to the missing women in her area. Now, she does become a very important part of some of these investigations, but something in her gut is telling her that something else is off. I went back and forth on if I would include this book or The Artist of Blackberry Grange by Paulette Kennedy. I just really enjoy her writing. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like this video and follow for more recommendations.